Hello everyone, my name is Tiffany and this is my channel, Who's Your Handmade. Thank you so much for stopping by today. In today's video, it's a special collaboration episode and I am so excited to share a fall make that has quickly become one of my favorite makes of all time. So if you want to hear about that, stick around. If you are new to my channel or if you are hopping over from my fellow collaborators channels, welcome. I'm so glad that you are here. I hope that you consider subscribing and sticking around so that I can get to know you better. And if you are already a friend of mine, thank you so much for returning again today. Your friendship means so very much to me. Today's video is a really fun one. I have been working on the garments for this collaboration all month. I've been working so hard on these. They were a lot of work, but they were worth it. Before we get into my makes, let me tell you a little bit about my collaborators. I am collaborating with two other YouTube channels today. The first one is my dear friend Agatha from In Agatha's Cottage. I collaborate with her all the time. She's a dear, dear friend of mine, and I love collaborating with her. She always challenges me to be better and to think outside the box a little bit. So thank you so much, Agatha, for collaborating with me today. And I'm also collaborating with Violet May Handmade. That's the name of their YouTube channel. This is Samantha and Caitlin. They are a mother-daughter team who loves to sew. They make all kinds of wonderful items on their channel. They are such a joy to watch. They are all the way from Australia. Agatha's from Ireland, and here I am in the US. So this is kind of all around the world collaboration today. Really, really fun. So we decided to collaborate on some seasonal transitional pieces for our mother-daughter dynamic. So all three of us are a mother-daughter dynamic. They're Samantha and Caitlin make videos together. And then my dear friend Agatha has her darling daughter Alice. And then I have a little girl. So we all decided to make some transitional pieces for our upcoming new seasons for both of us, for ourselves and for our daughters. So I'm excited to share what I've decided to make for this challenge, for this collaboration. I wanted to thank fall up here in the Northern Hemisphere. We are getting ready for fall. It was really neat actually to kind of chat with Samantha and Caitlin and see that they're moving into a totally different seasonal period than we are. That is so cool. Before Agatha and I, we are headed into fall, so I was definitely thinking about those cozy makes. We have entered into the Burr months, September, October, November, December. All of those months just make you think of cozy things, me being comfortable and cozy. And I knew that I wanted to try a shacket out for my daughter and I have made matching mommy and me shackets. Let me tell you about this pattern, and then I'm going to tell you about my version, give you some insights onto what I did with the pattern, and then at the end of the video I will have some footage, pictures, and video of Addie and I in our jackets. And of course, do not forget to go check out Agatha's channel and Samantha and Caitlin's channel and check out what they made for their transitional seasonal pieces as well. So let's jump right into my make. This has been the year of Peekaboo patterns for me, so I decided to go back to that company again and try out their adult and kids shirt jacket. I'll pop up some pictures of the pattern. This is a really great pattern. You have children's sizes and then you have adult sizes as well. The children's sizes goes from 3 months all the way up to 12 years old, and the adult sizing is extra small through 3XL, so a really wide size range. It was just a no-brainer to try to get Addie and I a matching mommy and me shacket or shirt jacket out of these patterns. So I was really excited to give these a try. These two patterns have identical steps, even though there's a children's one and an adult one. I followed the adult pattern and I did them side by side. What step I did to my version, I did also to Addie's, so it was definitely easy to make those two side by side, had the same thread color and everything, so it was very easy to do these steps. Instructions were great. They walked you through each step very clearly. I was not confused with anything. They have great instructions. Now, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of pattern pieces to this pattern. There's a lot of pieces, there's a lot of moving parts, and there are a lot of instructions. Any jacket or shacket that I have done in my time, and I've done at least 3 now, all of them have had a lot of pattern pieces and a lot of steps, but the work is worth the end result. And I'll get to that in just a second. So let's look at this pattern again. This is a fully lined shacket pattern. They walk you through the steps of creating the lining and then joining those. This shacket has 2 different options. You can do the collared option or you can do a hood. I've tried both of them. And then you can also add knit cuffs to this jacket. I did not do that on either of my version, but it would be really neat to have cuffs there at the bottom. I do like that on a sweater or on a jacket. So maybe in the future I will try out those cuffs. That's really great that they gave you those pattern pieces and walked you through how to do that. It has optional front pockets. They walk you through how to do those. You can do the pockets, but not the flaps. You can do it all like I did. And then you also have inseam pockets in there on the side, in the side seams that they walk you through on how to do as well. For the pattern, they have you finishing the front with snaps or buttons. So that's the instructions that they give you. They don't give you zipper instructions, more to come on that. And you also don't have to deal with a separate placket piece. The placket is built into the width of the front 2 pattern pieces. So that's really neat. You just fold over and then top stitch. So I really like doing that. It cuts down on one more pattern piece that you have to cut out. Okay, so let's talk about my version. You can see mine right here. Addie's jacket's right here. I'll show you just in a second what hers looks like. I made the size extra large for myself. I went right down the line with my finished garment measurements. And honestly, I probably could have sized up just a tad or used a slightly smaller seam allowance for the jacket itself. It's just a little bit tight across my back, not anywhere else really, but across my back. It's just a little bit tight when I kind of scrunch my arms like this. Nothing to hinder me from wearing the jacket. It's definitely wearable and it is comfortable. It's just it won't provide as much movement and roominess as I'm used to. So I would actually suggest thinking about sizing up with this pattern if you like a more roomy, kind of oversized jacket, especially if you're going to wear something like a heavy sweatshirt underneath it. I will not be doing that with my version. It won't fit and I won't be comfortable with that. So if you want to bulk up with a lot of layers, I would consider sizing up. Even Addie's size, I've made her the size 5, which I thought was actually sizing up. It's spot on for her. It is just spot on. It fits her perfectly. So even for Addie, I might have sized up if I would have liked to have made hers just a little bit bigger than it would have actually turned out. So that's my tip about sizing up. Overall, this is a really fun, enjoyable make. You definitely feel quite accomplished. Now, these are not perfect. My pattern matching is not perfect. I thought I was doing a pretty good job when I was cutting out this plaid, but I am still learning, still learning on matching up plaids and such. So those aren't perfect. There are elements that are not quite perfect here, but I absolutely love them. So on my version, I decided to do the collared version. You can see on the front pockets that I've added the pocket flap and the buttons. They do have inseam pockets on both sides. And I did fully line both of my jackets, mine and Addie's. I did that fully lining piece. I feel like lining it also adds a little bit more bulk to it. I would consider these a legit winter jacket. They're gonna be really too warm for Addie and I to wear here in Indiana, Southern Indiana, until November, probably December, January, February, when we get those really cold months. Lining these jackets and using the fabric that I did really made them into a very bulky, warm jacket. So the fabric that I did use is from Hobby Lobby. The outer fabric is from Hobby Lobby, the plaid. I found it in their fall and winter collection. I fell in love with this fabric last year and I didn't get there in time. I did not buy it in time. It was all gone. So I had plenty of time this year to grab up this beautiful plaid pattern. The inside lining, let me go ahead and bring Addie's coat over and I'll show you the inside lining. The lining is from the Platitudes line at Joann's. It is a really nice flannel that Joann's has there. I consider it to be one of the highest grades of flannel that Joann's carries actually. So that's the one that I tend to use if I get any flannel from Joann's. So you have this outside here that I said was from Hobby Lobby. That's flannel. And then you also have this flannel, and the one from Hobby Lobby is quite bulky for a flannel, so definitely get a bulky kind of more warm jacket out of these versions that I have made. For Addie's hood I used some fleece. This is also from Hobby Lobby. I just decided to go with some warm cozy fleece. I've lined it with the same fleece fabric, so that'll be very warm for her. She's got front pockets as well with the flap and the buttons. She has inseam pockets. What I did to one, I did to the other on almost everything except for the hood and the collar. So this is Addie's version. Let me pull Bernadette in just a little closer so you can get a little bit closer look at my version. Like I said, I did do the collared version on mine. Collar went in really well. The instructions were really good for putting that collar in, and it fit really well. I was very impressed with how well it fit. Like I said, I had the pockets. Let's talk about zippers. What in the world am I doing putting a zipper into a jacket? If you guys have been following along with my journey, you know that I'm kind of scared of zippers, or really scared of zippers. But I knew I wanted these jackets to be zippered as opposed to buttoned down, especially for Addie's. It's just so much easier to zip a kid up into a jacket as opposed to buttoning them up. They don't want to wait that long to get into all those buttons. They're raring to go, and a zipper is just so much easier. So I figured it out on Addie's, and I thought, you know what, I might as well just do it to mine as well. And so I have added in these zippers. This is just some basic zippers from Joann's, and I did not have any instructions from the pattern on how to put this zipper in, so I just made it up, you guys. I made it up as I go along here. What is a zipper newbie doing installing one on a jacket? I don't know. I just get wild, crazy ideas and I run with it. So I did kind of my own thing, just put the zipper in along the placket after I had finished the placket. I'm not telling you this is how it should be. I'm not telling you how this is how a professional jacket would be finished. I'm just saying that it worked for me and I'm so incredibly happy with it. Let me turn Bernadette here and show you the back. You do have this part here cut on the bias. They tell you how to do that. There in the instructions, they give you the pattern piece and give you the option to cut it on the bias, and then you just have a straight back. Let me show you the bottom of Addie's real quick, and I'll show you how they finish the bottom of these jackets here. You get a bias pattern piece in your pattern, and they help you finish the edge of the jacket with that bias binding. And at first I was like, oh, that's kind of fiddly, it's gonna be kind of annoying, but really it gives the jacket such a beautiful, polished, kind of finished look, and then you finish it there with the top stitching. I think it looks great. It's a great finish for this jacket. The sleeves, you can see that the sleeves are fully lined and then they kind of just fold in on themselves. Again, the pattern walks you through how to do all that really well. So yeah, I'm just really excited with my Mommy and Me shackets. I'm just so excited to wear these as we transition here into fall and winter in Southern Indiana. If you have questions about how I put this zipper into these shackets, please don't hesitate to reach out to me via email. My email's down below in the description box. I could not find anywhere online that anybody had done what I have done with these zippers. So maybe it's not supposed to be done. It did work out for me, so I can definitely tell you what I did, and then you can decide whether you want to do that on your own shacket or not. But in my video here today, since I'm not an expert and I kind of just winged it, I'm not going to go into any further details about the zipper. Like I said, I'll have pictures and some footage of Addie and I in our shackets at the end of the video, so stay tuned to that. And don't forget to check out Agatha and Samantha and Caitlin's channels. Their videos and their channels will be linked down below as well. Definitely go over and see what they've made for their transitional pieces. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you have loved these as much as I have. So much work and time and love has went into these garments, and I'm obsessed with them. They're going into my top makes of all time. I really love sharing them with you all today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not done so already, and give this video a thumbs up. Those really do help. Let me know down below in the comment section if you have ever made a shacket, or if you have a shacket like this, if you like wearing it. I would love to hear about your experiences down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.